when I was first approached by Father Beck and Father Robert about taking on the production of the Sunday Mass, it was something that I really had to think about, because it's not something that is a normal type of production that we're in the business of doing. We do a lot of broadcast television production, shows for Oprah Winfrey Network, for different broadcasters, cable networks, History Channel, and this was something that was just a little bit different than what we're used to. And it's been unique even just from a production standpoint, and the team of people that we've brought in to help produce the Mass, all the camera people, the audio techs. I mean, it's a pretty involved production, and it's been neat to see how they've really taken to the Mass as well, and the message of the Mass. It's really like a family in terms of the production team. I mean, everybody comes in once a month, and we come together for every production. It's a pretty intensive day before we set up in the chapel.
I've been saying Mass for 36 years, and every time those lights come on, I got 27 minutes to go, and I get so nervous. And I get nervous about the new prayers that are over a year old now. That I'm gonna mess it up, and I'm gonna lose my place in the new missal and whatever. But we do the best we can. Thank God for editing and makeup.
Music is very important because it's another form of praying. I enjoy singing the pieces. I enjoy trying to minister to others. I enjoy seeing the enjoyment on other people's faces while we're singing. It makes me feel good. And I feel it touches so many people all over the world. It's online. I have family of mine in Dominican Republic that watch it. So I mean, it's going everywhere. I get emails sometimes from people. Africa was the furthest place out that someone sent me an email letting me know that he enjoyed the music for the Sunday Mass.
As the associate producer, I have many duties. One thing I do is I coordinate the lectors and the congregations. So part of me feels like if this were a sitcom, I'd be the assistant casting director. Other things that I do, I'm also a lector on camera, but that's separate from my associate producer duties. And when I'm here during the day, I sort of do anything that they need me to. One of the other things I also do is I design the prayer guide, biannual prayer guide that we use with the Sunday Mass. I actually like that a lot because I get to read and pray with all the readings ahead of time. You have to pick photos and quotes to go with them, so it's actually a prayerful experience for me.
Always impressed by how labor-intensive putting this together is. I don't think anybody realizes how much is behind the scenes. There's an awful lot of effort made before, after, and during, and that always impresses me because they seem to be doing it very willingly and very capably.
I think it's great because this is mind file through and through as far as the production goes, so we get some great control over the situation and the lighting, and it's a lot of responsibility on my part for the setup day to take care of the lighting, but I really enjoy it. It's fun.
The Passionists have really inspired me, especially the more in working with them, the more I've learned about their ministry and their charism and what they do around the world with people in need, but also some of the innovative kinds of things that they do that are sort of, they feel like kind of cutting edge ministry. And I've found that especially inspiring in this work because it really deepens our purpose.
Well, even though it's the Sunday Mass for television and the Passionist community has been doing this for like 40-something years, in fact, it's still prayer. We gather and we pray the Mass. Now, of course, there are cameras around and we have to be attentive that there's a certain time frame. We only have 27 minutes to do the whole Mass because that's all commercial airtime allows us to do it. But it's still prayer.
All of us are always trying to figure out how to communicate, no matter where we are in the world and life, how to communicate better, how to communicate more effectively. Social media obviously is something that becomes a means that we can use. It's not the only means, it's one means. It has its imperfections, it has its limitations, but at the same time, it is a vehicle. It arrives in people's lives daily, instantaneously, and so why not use those means in order to ensure that the gospel and the presence of the word of the gospel arrives in the lives of as many people as possible.
So, the Passionists have always been a community dedicated to the word and to preaching. And so communications and television is one of the ways in which we do that. And it becomes a worldwide way to preach, to communicate the word, and continue the charism and the ministry of the Passionists of the word. And so I think television is just a natural extension from what Paul of the Cross, our founder, intended the Passionists to do and be, to preach the word. And now we get to do it to a worldwide community.